we're back again. It's Monday, so if you guys have watched the videos, you guys know what Monday means. Monday means track session and gym session in at Sleeman. So, got my bags packed. As you can see, quite a lot of stuff packed. Just got normal water. This is all my stuff to do with gym clothes, shoes, belt, knee sleeves, straps. This is my bike bag. So this is all that's my shoes, BMX shoes, socks, gear, tube, tire, all that good stuff. And then this is all my food. So yeah, and then also I've got a bit of electrolytes just there. So yeah, usual schedule, we're back to it now, which is nice. Bit of time off this schedule, which was good, but really keen to get back into it. So, let's get started with it. Just getting a coffee before the track session. Bag acquired. Now we're off to the track. We made it to the track. What do we have to say, Bailey?
Not much. Looking for the sesh.
Yeah, we're back to a normal schedule.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And this guy's also a half full-time athlete like me now. We both work just Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we're here every Monday and Friday, boy.
Yes, sir.
So good. So good. Finished first set of gates. I swept this guy in our track efforts. How does it feel, Bailey?
Not good.
We did six efforts, and you get a point if you pass the other person, and we lead 3 efforts each. And all 3 that I led, I passed him. All 3 that he led, I passed him, and he didn't pass me on any that I led. So that's called being swept. 3-0. Track's all done. Had lunch. Now we're just heading into the gym to get a gym session in. So I will get as many clips as I can. But we've also got some testing. Bailey is back. Gym session done. Not bad. Big day though. Yeah, really big day. I'm feeling pretty tired because obviously I haven't done, this is like the first real session back. All the other ones have been kind of modified just to get back into it. So this being the first one back, definitely feeling it a little bit. So now to go home, chill out, and not do much for the rest of the Arvo, and then got a rest day tomorrow, so we'll just be chilling out, being a bit boring tomorrow, and then back to it again Wednesday. Same old schedule as usual, which is nice. I've missed that routine, but I'm excited to have a rest day tomorrow and let this body recover. What is up? First things first, check the haircut. What do we think? Honestly, It's a lot shorter than what I was expecting. But what we're gonna do now is we're off to the Narang Velodrome to go do some sprints. So yeah, just got 2 training sessions, so we're off to do sprints now. Be about an hour of sprints, and then this afternoon I've probably got 2.5 hours of gym. First 3 sprints done. That was my acceleration sprints on my race gear, and now I've got 2 more sets of sprints, another lot of acceleration, but this time it'll be on my heavy gearing, and then I've got some block starts as well on that heavy gearing as well. Just like that, sprints are done. About an hour and 10 minutes that one took. Just gonna go back home, chill out for a bit, probably have a stretch, not do a whole lot, have some food, and then get ready for the gym. Shrugs. Bella's back from Cairns. Nearly doubled down. What do you have to say?
Sunday was good.
Gym is done. Deadlifts, felt pretty good on those. Still not pushing 100% weight. Just getting back into the flow of things. So today was 2 to 3 reps in reserve. So I did 160, and that actually felt really good. 160 felt nice, better than usual, I feel like. And then next week I'll go a bit heavier again. But yeah, it was good. And then had some split squats, as you would have seen, and some pull-ups. What is up? We're back again. This is going to may become a little bit of a segment. I'm just going to talk about things that I feel like I'm learning. Also, yeah, try to relay it back to you guys. Trying to show you what is going through my head and the things that I'm trying to learn. What we're going to be looking at is the difference between reacting and responding, and I feel like this is going to tie into, once again, it's going to be related to BMX a lot, because that's obviously what I do and probably what a lot of you guys do. It also, once again, goes into every aspect of life. And I feel like I've been trying to implement it, not just in BMX, but just in the way I go about my day-to-day life. So we're going to look at the difference now between reacting and responding. So reacting, instinctive and emotional. Reaction is often triggered by strong emotions like anger, fear, or surprise. It can be automatic and unconscious. And then we'll go to responding. Responding is deliberate and thoughtful. Responding involves pausing, assessing the situation, considering options, and then choosing the best course of action. Responding is conscious and intentional. Now, I feel like this is relatable for me because I feel like there's times in my life I feel like I reacted, and not to say that I did anything and, you know, said something that was completely horrible, but I think there's just times that I do things, but then I'm looking back on it like, oh, I probably should have thought about that, or maybe I should have responded to that differently, and thought about what I was going to say. Because when I react, or when we react, we don't think about, you know, potentially other people's emotions. We don't think about the outcome of our reaction. It can happen in BMX too. I feel like if a situation in racing happens and we get cut off down the hill, I feel like I see a lot of people react, and when they react, it becomes emotional. And I feel like the times that I've reacted, it's never worked out well for me. I've got to, you know, there's times where I have done it before. For example, in Rock Hill last year for world titles, there was a race where I just didn't get the best first straight, and I got caught up in the first turn and someone cut me off, and I reacted and got quite emotional about it. And the whole lap I was just thinking, like, I'm going to pass this guy again, I'm going to pass him, and I'm going to show him. Like, I was getting quite emotional over it. I'm not too sure why, but I was getting pretty emotional about it. And then I ended up doing something that I wouldn't normally do, and I went for a move in the last turn. I was in fourth, so I was on the bubble, but I went for a move in the last turn, and it just wasn't that great of a move. I ended up not even sticking it. I ended up riding in, like, halfway in the right, like, other rider he'd cut across. I rode halfway into him, ended up slamming brakes, didn't hit him, but lost all my speed. And thankfully the rider behind me wasn't close enough to pass me, but it was just a silly thing that I had done because I didn't respond in that situation. I reacted. So I didn't pause, I didn't assess, I didn't think about the outcome. I just was hell-bent on just trying to get back in front of that rider, which I don't think is a great thing at all because it ended up not being good. So I think in situations in life, whether it be, you know, just day-to-day life, or whether it be racing BMX in a race, I think it's a big thing to work on responding, not reacting. And yeah, it can be tough in a race because, you know, you don't have much time to pause and assess. I feel like in my racing, I feel like when I ride my best, like if I get boxed out of the gate, I respond. When I respond, I feel like I'm calculating. I'm seeing what's happening in front of me, and I'm assessing, if I make this move here, how's that going to set me up for the next straight? If I try to come into this first turn now and go really low, how's that going to set me up for the second straight? Because I feel like when you get boxed out of the gate, a lot of people react and they try really hard just to get into the first turn and get back into position. But I feel like a lot of the time for me is I'll actually sit back, and I'll instead of just going hard for the inside, I might swing really wide and then set myself up for a strong second straight, because then the people on the inside will go into the turn, they get balled up, and then me having a clean run on the outside, I'll high low and I can make my way around. But if I was to react, I feel like I would not think about anything. I would just think about, I need to get in front of people. I need to get in front of people as quick as I can. So you get in front of people, and now you've gone from 8th to 6th, but now you haven't set yourself up to get into 5th and then to get into 4th. You've only set yourself up to get into 6th. So you need to look at, okay, how am I going to get not only to 6th, but to 5th, to 4th, to potentially 3rd, and put yourself in a position to qualify through the race. And I feel like this is also something in day-to-day life. If someone says something to me, I feel like you just gotta not react. I've done it before. I feel like everyone's done it before. You react, you don't think about it. And then I've done it as well, where I go, you know, the next day, I'm still thinking about it. I'm like, oh, why did I say that? Or why did I respond? Why did I react like that? I shouldn't have said that, or, you know, things like that. But I feel like it's just on the bike, in racing, off the bike, in day-to-day life. I feel like we need to be working on responding. So we need to respond. We need to work on assessing the situation, pausing for a little bit, and being deliberate, not just spitting something out there because we feel like we need to. So that's the story of today, is work on responding and not reacting.